Actually see 205 kilometer sustained winds at the moment. Roughly 3 hours ago, that was at 220. Nonetheless, the outer bands really lashing Samar Island at the moment, and you can see some of the rain bands already impacting Legazpi and also Tacloban and Cebu just to the south. Let's talk about the different projected paths from the various meteorological agencies. They're all starting to converge. However, this storm has picked up some forward momentum, so we could have a slightly earlier landfall across the northeastern sections of Samar Island, so we keep a close eye on that. We're still thinking late Saturday evening, local time. That would be roughly 10 p.m. to sometime around 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. That's when we're expecting landfall to take place. It moves across the central Philippines, and then we start to focus our attention by Sunday evening into Monday, a weakened storm, but still a significant storm over the southern Luzon Islands, including Manila, with strong typhoon wind gusts and very, very heavy rainfall. Here's the latest radar coming out of the region. Tacloban was right there. I want to pay close attention to this particular city across the central parts of Samar Island. This is Borongan City. We've got some visuals coming out of that area showing some of the waves picking up. What I find disconcerting here is the fact that even though these visuals were shot about 3 hours ago, people are still near the coast, a very precarious position to be in at this very moment. So hopefully they have heard the warnings and have made themselves to higher ground and away from any parts of the ocean. Let's get back to my graphics, and we can see the latest Pagasa public storm warnings. We do have Signal 3 expanded into the southern Luzon Islands, including Legazpi. This area is going to be in a major zone for coastal storm surge. That's because the eye wall is going to travel just south of this particular port city. It is an east-facing city, so we're going to get a compounding effect from the winds pushing up the water, allowing for between 2 and 4 meter storm surge, perhaps even 5 meters. On top of this, we have 200 to 500 millimeters of rainfall across this region, well over a half a foot for our domestic viewers, and a large swath of typhoon force winds. Let's talk about that coastal storm surge. And unfortunately, the passage of this storm just south of Legazpi and the eastern facing islands of the central Philippines, timing with high tide and also with a full moon. So that just exacerbates the problem and allows for the increase in sea level rise across this area, particularly across the inlets and the bays of all these individual islands. Now look at these rainfall totals, very impressive, upwards of 460 millimeters in a 48-hour period for Legazpi. So with this being very mountainous terrain, we're likely to see landslides, mudslides, and also urban flooding. As this rainfall makes its way towards Manila, we're also going to focus our attention on urban flooding, as roughly 12 million people live within that part of the Philippines. Here's our wind forecast. You can see the eye wall making landfall across the east and northeastern sections of Samar Island. Wind gusts will be strong near Tacloban, but not as strong as where the eye wall will be. Then we start to notice the storm finally exit the Philippines by Tuesday and Wednesday. Isa.
Well, by Tuesday, still a long way, like you say, 460 millimeters of rain, and with that you have landslides and flooding. Derek Van Dam, do keep us posted on all the latest. Thank you. Now,